You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hello, beauties. So here we are at June 2016, and there's two things that I want to talk about that are the understories, the macro cycle storylines that are affecting all of us at this time. The first, as always, I'm going to tune into the Sabian symbol that's keyed in at the 14-degree Gemini new moon. So let's talk about that first. The symbol is two Dutch children talking to each other, exchanging their knowledge. Now, this is about connecting, it's about communicating, it's about creativity. But I would say beyond that, there's another story here, which is that these are two Dutch children. So we're talking about two individuals that speak a very distinct language, and they resonate with one another. They understand each other. So what this month, what the understory is, the macro cycle symbol for all of us on a collective level is speaking to this month of June, from this June 4th to the July 4th Gemini new moon cycle. This is about aligning to a new point, catalyzing ourselves at a new place of inner resonance. And then I think post-June, and possibly even within the month of June, we are going to be at a new vibratory alignment, and that will enable us to emit the frequency that is going to attract us to our tribe. Many people, many clients have been searching for their like-minded, like-hearted tribe forever now. It's been years for some people. And this is very good news, I think, for us. I think the fact that this is talking about speaking a very distinct language and communicating that language with each other is talking about energies are at play to align us to a point of inner truth so that we can, in fact, recognize those other members of our quote-unquote tribe. So this is good. The other thing that I'm literally just going to touch on, because there's so much to talk about, is the mutable grand cross. We also have a grand trine that's activated. At the point of both of those is Jupiter. And the North Node is not too far off. It's only a few degrees off. So Jupiter, which is at 14 degrees Virgo, is at the point of both the Grand Cross and Grand Trine. So it's interesting that, because this is talking about expansion into health, into healing, into wholeness. And there's more to say there too. But there's no accident why Jupiter is playing such a key role in these two magnificent and very intense, especially the Grand Mutable Cross. The mutable cross of Jupiter in Virgo and Neptune in Pisces, along with Saturn in Sag and the Sun, the Moon, and Venus, all in Gemini. This is major inner tension, major reworking that's going on. And this is after so many of us have been through so much already. So there is an increased honing of our tuning fork body-mind system that's activated right now, okay? So, and of course it's a mutable grand cross. So all of those signs that I just mentioned are mutable signs. They're changing signs. They're adaptable signs. So what does that say? This is about us becoming adaptable. This whole chapter is about us letting go, breaking free of the binds that are false and unsustainable, and aligning with, going with the flow with the changes, the openings, the advancement, the growth edges that are calling. If you want to know how this mutable grand cross is affecting you distinctly, I have an offer on for me to create a personalized video for you, tapping into your distinct soul print and what this month, because it's the entire month of June where we're activated, is birthing in you. So I invite you to click on the link below if you'd like to order that and connect with me. Okay, so let's move on. Hi everyone, welcome to your June 2016 Alchemy Scope. So let me explain what's here and what's going to happen today. So I have not been well physically, and this session today is going to be quick, down, and dirty. We're going to just do a card spread. But the reason why I wanted to show you the Himalayan sea salt and the pebbles here and the Buddha board in the background, but mostly the rocks and the salt, is that the intention for the scopes for June was to be half the board, half the divination table be this creation, be an artistic channeling, but instead of pencil to paper, to be with the rocks and the stones and the salt, and a spread. But today it's just going to be a spread. So this is going to come. This is definitely going to come in a future scope, probably July. I'm definitely going to do the channeled art drawing scopes as well. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside while we get prepared. And in the meantime, let's get the Buddha board going. And this is so fabulous. I found this recently at an art store. So today, this is going to be June 2016. And as you all probably know by now, this is a grand square month. So this is going to be powerful. A lot of internal work, internal processing, a lot of compression and alignment that's going on. Internal frictions in order to align you with the essence self that is calling to come, your truth in all ways, total integrity. So let's get started. Pisces, welcome. So let's take a look. I'm going to tap into, I've already started to shuffle actually. I always do a pre-shuffle before the camera rolls. We are going to tap into the Pisces demographic. And we're going to see for the collective, so a general reading, what is the unfolding storyline? What is the evolutionary trajectory? What event, circumstance, or situation is likely to come forward for your growth and evolution over the course of this intense, grand, mutable square of which you are a part over the course of our June 2016 chapter. So let's take a look here. And I'm using my Siri deck. Of course, those of you who have tuned in before, this is my custom deck I use for my own purposes. I haven't mentioned that on the other scopes. Okay, so Pisces. What event, circumstance, or situation is likely to come forward for at least the majority of Pisces-centric scope people? Okay. Okay, Pisces. Let's see what we got here. Interesting. Same placement, too, as another of the signs. Again, not too surprising because your Opposed Virgo. Virgo, of course, is part of the mutable grand cross. That is really health and healing. So I'm not too surprised. So health is coming up this month. As I mentioned in the intro, I've definitely been contending with major, not major, but I would say pretty serious health stuff. Definitely needing attention, needing healing, love, attention. Okay. It looks like yours might be a different health, though. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, the past card. Okay, so this is the deal, everyone. So lots of karmic patterns, lots of parallel life stream issues. So there's stuff that's coming up. It has been. It's clearly, for me, it has been since December. For longer, really, but very clearly and strongly since December. Throughout the spring, it's been that way for clients as well, very strongly since the end of the year for clients as well. Certainly in the spring, it's been strong. Now it's strong. So guess what? June, it continues. The storyline continues as humanity breaks the chains, the binds of the false reductionist storyline of self, and we move into our power. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, there's something with a friend. So one or many friends. I'm going to start with the center for you, Pisces. So there's something for you where you're having trust issues, perhaps, coming up with regards to a person, a friend, or many friends, like friends, your relationships in general. So for you, at least for a majority of you, because this is a general reading, but there's gonna be some trust issues coming up with regards to friends, and probably with regards to, this is going to be a past issue, like a long-standing, let's say, toxic relational communication issue. And trust could be a soft spot for you. You could have trouble trusting people just in your soul story and your evolutionary storyline of your particular soul in this incarnation. But this could also be referring to somebody in the past from this life as well. So somebody maybe that you know, that you've known in the past, comes back, but there's a trust issue maybe that's coming up. Now, yeah, see, in the spiritual sector for you, there's resistance. So what's happening is in the spiritual sector, kind of the lesson of this particular month for a lot of Pisceans out there, you are going to be feeling maybe walls, boundaries, borders, the fact that you have chosen to put them up for yourself because of trust issues, so that you put up resistance, you put up walls, barriers, protection, etc. Or that you're just resisting, you're distrustful of love, of falling in love. And it could be falling in love with a lover, like a partner, or it could just be falling in love, like with friends. And it has to do on many levels, Pisces. So in regards to love, in all of its iterations, I think that's what this is saying. It's like, it's not just romantic love, it's friend love, family love, etc. But you're distrustful about falling in love again. So it looks like somebody from the past might be re-emerging onto the scene for some of you in June, and you're going to have some resistance to it because that's your issue. That's the growth edge. That's what's calling to be healed and evolved and matured through you now. It does have to do with the spouse or a partner. You know what I'm getting? You know what I'm getting, Pisces? For those of you who are in relationships, for those who are committed in a partnership or a spousal relationship, somebody from the past comes forward for your husband or your wife, and you are resistant to that happening because you maybe think that they might fall in love. So for some of you, definitively, somebody emerges from the past, a past friend, a past lover of your spouse, of your partner. Or somebody that could be a partner later. So for you, this is you. The querent card is you watching the video. it could be, Pisces, that for you, over the course of June, this time frame, this portal, this has to do with a quote-unquote future spouse, a later spouse. So somebody perhaps that you're dating now that you foresee could be a long-term relationship, a long-term partnership. But there's trust issues. So in June, there's trust issues coming up, either with that person, that they're not trusting you, or that they have somebody from their past reemerging onto the scene, and you're not trusting them with the person, or the person with them, or whatever. Now, emotionally, because you have some good cards that are offsetting this situation here. So you feel, in the emotional sector, you feel that they are precious. You feel that they are a gem to you. You feel that they are very special. And perhaps that they balance you out. You feel a balance. You feel a rapport. You feel a back and forth, a nice feedback with this relationship. And in your mind, you're thinking health. Now, originally when I pulled this card, I was thinking it was health of the body, but because of the theme of your spread, I actually think this has to do with the health of the relationship. And in a broader way, I think for a lot of Pisceans in the month of June, you're going to be thinking about what constitutes a healthy relationship. What constitutes a healthy relationship? So how am I to be healthy in relationships? How am I to trust better? Or can it be that I can make different choices with who I choose to be in a love relationship with, where they can be more trusting of me? Because it could very well be, Pisces, that you have a friend that comes from the past, and that your partner or your spouse, or the one that's going to be your spouse at some future point, has some trust issues coming up. And you're feeling questioned, and you maybe are done with it. So it could be that just the topic, the general topic of what constitutes a healthy relationship, that might very well be coming up for a lot of you. I'm giving you guys little hearts. What else do I want to give you? Give you something, a little something. The one thing about the Buddha board, it always drips. So I'm learning still how to work it. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull a Carolyn Mace archetype card. And we'll tune into what the main growth edge is. So for the Piscean demographic at this time in the evolutionary unfolding, what is the main growth edge? What does want to be matured in June? What wants to be, needs to be actually, what needs to be matured now? Let's see. Gossip. Isn't this interesting? Oh, look at this. Look at this, Pisces. So this is what you're getting as the quality within you that needs to be matured now. So I'm going to read this. So the shadow attributes are: thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. And what wants to be matured, what wants to happen, is awakening the consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. So there's something with trust definitely that's coming up for you this month. Gossip is interesting because when we talk to others about private matters, even if they're, by the way, our own private matters, like our own dreams and hopes and wishes, when we share that too readily with people that really don't understand us or don't honor where we're going or what we want for ourselves, we leak energy. And so gossiping can actually apply to a wide range of deficit there. Very interesting. Wow. So Pisces, let's take a look and see what else we have for you. Hi everyone. Your I Ching micro story, a general energetic theme that's playing out for your particular sign, is listed on the card that you're reading now, as is your optimal goddess embodiment, the Dakini embodiment. Who are you to become to ride this June wave optimally? In order to save time this month, I'm just recording this once. And if you'd like, for those interested, because not everybody is, you're free to visit my website and go to the online library where you can find the information for both your I Ching and your Dakini for the month of June 2016. Have a great month. Bye-bye.